Great. So now we got Wendr coming in. I actually know these guys a little bit.
What do they do?
They are in another arguably overcrowded space on the internet trying to figure out social calendaring.
What's going on, guys? I'm Sam Zises, the founder and CEO of Wendr.
I'm Nick Kaye, co-founder, chief engineer.
Wendr is all about finding your night, and we're looking forward to pitching the guys from Thrillist and Samsung.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you. We really appreciate you guys having us here. We'll start off by just telling you a little bit about ourselves. We launched this past February. 2 weeks later, we're on Mashable as the #1 app for planning your night. Following that, we actually signed a deal with Research in Motion to develop a co-branded version of the application as part of a marketing campaign in Latin America.
And what's the audience look like today?
So far, it came out in February, it had a little over 10,000 downloads, a little under 5,000 users, 6,000 plans made, a little over 18,000 friendships created, almost 250,000 application page views at 8.5 average pages per visit.
What number in there
Is the most significant?
is the most interesting?
Plans made. That means.
I disagree.
What would you say is the most significant number?
Invited users. Because your app is entirely dependent upon word of mouth and friend-to-friend recommendations.
So with all the things that we learned over the last several months, we have a lot of new exciting features that we think are going to directly fix some of the problems, if you will, or the downfalls. The user today, now all they have to do is log on and they automatically see what their friends are doing. So if I'm following 100 people and 2 of them tweet party tonight or watch this, I'm watching this tonight, it will show up in that newsfeed.
And you guys have clearly sort of looked at that, like the word tonight has a high enough rate of actually being useful data.
We've been pretty excited about it.
Interesting.
So I need to auth 3 services in order for this to be done.
Or just
I don't think that's such a big deal.
Or just one.
You're never, ever, 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 ever going to get big enough using like normal tactics.
You think?
Okay.
Yes.
Wendr scans your phone book and tells you of all of your friends who's already on Wendr, and if they're not, it'll.
But nobody's on Wendr.
Correct, to start, presumably. The second thing is invite friends via Facebook. This searches all of your Facebook friends and allows you, if you touch their name, it sends
Nobody does that.
a post on their wall. And then the last thing is you can add by email.
Okay.
I would figure out how to aggressively, a little bit more so, use Facebook.
Virally, yeah. And
What's 1.0's user rating today?
user rating?
Yeah.
It's probably about, I think it's between 4 and 5.
Are you adding and playing around with the feature set to get users to do what?
Users to engage with the
Users
app.
to
and
come
go
back
to-
every single day.
Yeah.
To figure out what they're going to do that night,
That
or to figure
night,
out what other
exactly.
people.
Why
It's a
is
problem
your
with your-
feature set not driven right now at user growth?
So this is an example of if the product is
Viable.
really good, this is a Thrillist email can change the course of the business.
So when do you think you'll launch the Android
This-
version?
Oh, the Android version.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of traction.
The HTML5 route right now is going to be probably the first access point that Android users are going to have. Although I have got just a lot of the engineers that I know are working in Android. And it's really
I normally don't push companies to go cross-platform early on. I think for you guys, you actually have to be everywhere immediately. If everything you said works, is this interesting? Yes.
Yes.
But the only way this all works is if you get a ton of users.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. This is great.
Thank you.
Cool. So what do you guys think of Wendr?
I think what you guys said is that you've got to be everywhere immediately, right? I think the miss on Android, and it doesn't even sound like that they've even begun it.
They're going after really tight social concentric circles. And I think to expect all my friends to use this one app without me forcing them to, super, super hard. You love it.
No, I think Nick's really a talented developer from what I can tell. I think the product is slick. It seems, it seems fast. I like the UX. I like the UI. I mean, this is more of a technology company than the other 2 businesses at the end of the day.
They're already selling their technologies to bigger brands.
I think if you play out the 3 companies we saw today to scale, if this one works, it's the most interesting.
For sure.
By a lot.
We've seen all 3 businesses, and it's time to pick a winner. I always sort of hate this part because...
It is that time.
Yeah, I think they're all good guys.
Look, I think you have one, which is a clothing brand, the second, which is a content brand, and the third, which is a technology product platform. I think we have 3 interesting companies, but one of them definitely jumps out and stands out amongst the group.
Agreed. Let's go tell them.
Let's go tell them. This is the moment. very impressed with all the things that you guys were doing, and thought each of the ideas were really innovative. And I think the one common theme we liked was that you guys are all trying to build brands. It was a tough choice, and we think the teams are all awesome, and we're going to find ways to try to work with and help out all you guys. But at the end of the day, there can only be one winner, Wendr. So, congrats, guys.
Feels great. We, we've been looking forward to this for a while. We really put our best foot forward, and we're really proud to be associated with Thrillist and Samsung, and hoping that we can do some big things together. Thanks so much.